From your official UK station for Big Blue Nation, this is BBN Tonight, presented by UK Healthcare.
Get to this point of camp and you're glad to walk off that practice field with getting a bunch of work done and keeping people healthy.
The second scrimmage is in the books. How did the Cats fare? We have the latest for you. Plus,
they're fighting for positions, they're fighting for respect, and they're fighting for, Kentucky across their jersey.
All fight from the Kentucky volleyball team. We have an inside look from Fan Day.
Right now, we're not even at the top level that we can play at.
And a dominant performance on senior night for Kentucky women's soccer. We have highlights coming up for you. Welcome into BBN Tonight alongside Keith Farmer. I'm Maggie Davis. It's a beautiful Monday in the Bluegrass. The gang is back together. Great to see you.
You too.
And we have a whole new look.
How about that? Looks nice.
I know.
We love it. All right. New season of BBN Tonight. That must mean the fall sports season is gearing up as well. Mark Stoops was in Louisville today for another kickoff luncheon. And that's tonight's Big Blue Story, presented by CHI St. Joseph Health.
Well, Coach Stoops joked today when he arrives at this kickoff every year, he knows he only has maybe one more speaking engagement he has to go to before the real kickoff, saying he certainly is always glad to be here, but ready to get ramped up for real. But what comes with that is a need to find balance between quiet work and outspoken excitement. And right now, it's not time to line up against somebody other than your own teammate quite yet. For now, it's still time to mow your own lawn.
We're still in camp mode. Their focus needs to be on the mistakes that they made this morning. How do they get them corrected? How do we have a better practice tomorrow? And take care of themselves. I'm quite confident when that time comes, that we'll be excited, that's for sure. I always want to make sure they're prepared.
Listen, I think anytime you have college football players getting ready for the season, you do know the excitement's going to be there, right? You don't have to teach that. What you do have to teach are those little things, making sure you're executing. And I did steal that mow your own lawn line from Josh Brown, the offensive lineman. Braun talking this week about, you got to mow your own lawn. Sometimes you got to help your teammate out with his too, though.
Well, Tom Leach was there today as the MC, joins us now. And Tom, you were sitting up on stage with the head coach when he gave us an update on the quarterback job since his commitment to Kentucky. We've been told it's Zach Calzada's job. He was brought in as a seventh-year senior to lead this offense with his talent, his experience. That's the drum the program has been beating since January, and that certainly could still be the case. But Stoops struck a new chord today. Listen to this.
Big thing is his experience. He's a big guy. He can make all the throws. He has a strong arm. And he's in a battle with Cutter Boley. I think Cutter is a guy that's a redshirt freshman that we all anticipate the future of this program. When that happens, I don't know. But Zach has been very steady and very good through camp, as has Cutter. But I feel like, if one was leaning one way or the other, I felt like Zach was having some really good practices and kind of separate. And then all of a sudden, Cutter comes out last Saturday and has a remarkable scrimmage and looked as comfortable as he's looked since he's been here. With really putting it all together. We all saw flashes in games and in practice with his ability with his arm, but putting it all together and really having that comfort level and that command of the offense takes some time, and he's getting very comfortable and he's making big gains, and so that's really terrific to see, both for this year and for the future.
Tom, I think that's a terrific update.
I think it is. And the thing about that update is it tells you and I that Cutter Boley's doing well. It tells Zach Calzada that the coaches have noticed Cutter Boley's doing well. What's the coaching phrase? Iron sharpens iron. There is nothing like competition to fuel the competitive fire and to, elevate your game. And that's what they need to see at the quarterback position and numerous other positions.
And the fun thing about this time of the year is we're getting a lot closer to that fire of competition. As you said, the team having its second scrimmage of camp over the weekend. They did post a video of Calzada getting the ball to Alabama transfer wide receiver Kendrick Law deep in the end zone. Good to see number one in action here because Law had missed some time early in camp with an injury. But the unfortunate news, 2 other offensive players missed time this weekend. Tom, listen to this, then we'll talk more about the running backs.
McGowan is out right now. Nothing. Hopefully he'll be back Monday, Tuesday, sometime this week. But he's out right now. Like I said, I don't anticipate anything long term there. And Dante didn't play today, so the other backs got a lot of work done. I feel better about our run game. I think when we put it all together, I'm looking forward to that, with everybody healthy and everybody in there.
Well, Seth McGowan has really been one of the main standouts of camp so far. Stoops reiterated at that luncheon today he does expect McGowan to be fine by game 1. McGowan and Dowdell, the two guys who have basically been sharpied in as starters based on what Bush Hamden told us all the way back on media day. But with neither of those transfers available on Saturday, listen to what Stoops said about his two returning backs, Jamarian Wilcox and Jason Patterson.
Put your head down and work and get better, and he's doing that. And with Jamarian and a lot of our players, our younger players, as we develop them, it's a lot of little things, right? Just doing the little things, and he's doing those things. He's maturing, he's growing, and we'll continue to work with him. JP has looked good. I think going back to the spring, probably you could pull up a few quotes that I've been impressed with him. He's a good player. He is very physical, very tough, and he's been very reliable through this camp.
Okay, Tom, we just threw a lot at you. We're talking about two transfers who were not available, two returners. You heard what Stoops said about them. What can you tell us about the running backs overall right now?
I would say they're going to be just fine there. Mark Stoops, this far into this, marriage at the University of Kentucky, I think we pretty much know that he's a wear your heart on your sleeve kind of guy. Mm-hmm. If he was concerned, I think you'd hear a little bit of that, and I don't hear any of that when he talks about Dowdell and McGowan. So I think the fact that they want to make sure they get those guys to Saturday is just fine. I'm sure they're getting a lot of work in practice. Now Seth obviously hasn't maybe for however long here recently, but he was getting a lot of buzz earlier. So I think those guys are getting a lot of work. It's all going to come down to those guys up front. And I got to ask a question to you guys. How about the news that the hottest game on campus appears to be chess, for one thing, between Mark Pope and the offensive lineman, but they're also playing Risk.
We have to talk about that.
Right? Come on. I mean, you talked about work, but these guys also got some R&R this weekend. An overnight team retreat about an hour from Lexington. Josh Braun told us that there were no TVs in the cabins, but there were plenty of arcade games and other ways to pass the time. It looks like team bonding with the side of competition, basketball, obstacle courses, fishing, paintball. Seems like these guys, even the new guys who just transferred in, have figured out something a lot of us Kentuckians have to come to know. Nothing beats a day on the lake.
Always hanging out with your guys outside of a football setting. I mean, we were on a lake. We we were swimming most of the afternoon and just breaking bread with each other, getting outside of the walls of this facility. I mean, it's a great facility, but it doesn't beat the lake with your boys. So, I mean.
So, Tom, we turn it back to you. A day at the lake, games, all that had to be fun for this team.
Oh, absolutely. And, it certainly sounds like they're tight. Here's a good tidbit for the offensive line group in particular. I asked somebody over there one day watching practice, I said, who's been playing the best in the offensive line? And they said Jalen Farmer. And I said, oh, interesting. He's, really, matured and taking this more seriously now. They said, well, he didn't have a chance with the guys that are in that room now. So that's good to hear.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
I don't know about you. Last time I played Risk, I was probably in my teens. I'm not sure. How about you, Tom?
I'll sound like the get off my lawn guy. Who knew they knew how to play games without apps?
That's a
no
very
ads,
good point.
No advertisements, just some good old-fashioned fun. We did hear Jagger Burton, the ultimate winner. Tom, you're our winner. Thanks so much for joining us.
Sounds good.
We'll see you soon. Maybe we'll play some Risk with the voice of the Wildcats.
That would be fun.
Stay tuned for that.
Story.
In the meantime, stay tuned for this. Kentucky volleyball in action at Memorial Coliseum over the weekend, taking the court for their annual Fan Day, plus the blue-white scrimmage. Our Hannah Hamelback was there. She'll have a full report for you when BBN Tonight comes back next.
You're watching BBN Tonight.
One in 5 children in America go to bed hungry. That's why Kroger has donated 42 million meals to families in Kentucky. Join us in ending childhood hunger. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
When you've been seriously injured, you don't just need a lawyer.
You need a team that's fought and won. We've taken on big insurance and corporate trucking companies. families, and we win because we prepare like no one else.
We've secured record-setting results for Kentucky families over the last couple years because we treat every case like it's personal.
And that's what sets Peterson Law apart. We show up ready and we don't back down.
We're local,
We're trial lawyers.
and we're here to fight for you. Personal care, powerful results. Peterson Law.
Call today for a free consultation.
As a legal journalist, every time I step into the Supreme Court, I am always in awe. In today's society, the law affects everyone. And that's why it's very important for people to be informed, especially when it comes to the law. I see it as a great responsibility to be able to parse out all of the information that may be wrong and bring the facts.
Avajoy Burnett, Scripps News.
For live reports, breaking news, and headlines from across the country, stream Scripps News.
Watch live TV for free. Meet Tablo. Access over 90 free channels, including popular shows, news, and live sports. Plus, you can record, pause, and replay. Always zero monthly fees or contracts. Order a Tablo Total System at TabloTV.com or these popular retailers.
How prepared is your family if disaster shows up at your doorstep? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan before they show up. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking, let's go. You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes! Make a plan today.
Turn to experts on LEX 18, from medical services to home improvement professionals and everything in between. Presented by Don Franklin Family of Dealerships, Peterson Law Office, Envision Remodeling, and Rewind Hair Loss Clinic.
You got us banned from being room parents? I have never been more in love with you.
Who wants to go nuts for donuts?
Show him your folding trick.
I'm not in the mood for your sheet right now.
That's gotta hurt, huh?
You keep me coming back from there.
Your favorite Wildcats
Favorite show. Everything you want to know about UK sports.
in a way you can't get anywhere else.
This is BBN Tonight.
Weeknights at 7:30.
BBN Tonight, sponsored locally by Nissan and UK Healthcare. From your official UK station for Big Blue Nation, this is BBN Tonight, presented by UK Healthcare.
Welcome back into BBN Tonight. Expectations still high for Kentucky volleyball as the Cats come off an Elite Eight season and their 8th straight SEC championship and enter a new year as conference favorites and the 7th ranked team in the country.
The team hosted its blue-white game and fan day on Saturday to give us a first look at what this team could be this season. Our Hannah Hamelback was there and has the recap, brought to you by UK Healthcare.
One team Big Blue Nation can always count on to deliver: Kentucky volleyball. The Cats have dominated the SEC, winning 8 straight championships under Craig Skinner. And if today's blue-white scrimmage is any sign, the momentum is still rolling. There's still work to be done in both front court consistency and the backcourt depth and execution, but the championship potential is undoubtedly here as the 2025 SEC favorites take the floor. And not only did we get a first look at the Cats in action, Fan Day is wrapping up behind me, where players and fans are sharing their excitement for the season.
Oh, it's awesome. You know, it's goosebumps to see, and the crowd kept getting bigger as the hour went on. And you know, I've never had this many media members at a blue-white scrimmage, so it's awesome to see where our sport is and where it's going to be. And you know, I think the greatest strength will become the balance that we can create offensively because of those two people, and just finding the right pieces at the right time. But I do think blocking will be better than it was last year. I think we saw a little bit of that today. But you know, just offensive scoring presence, from the back row and the front row is probably the biggest threat.
The chemistry this year is like no other. It's the best it's been since I've been here. So they really just blend well, and it's just fun to play with each and every one of them.
You know, I thought Ava Sarafa did a really good job running the show and getting people really good looks and swings, and Cassie did in spurts as the match went on. But it's about execution, about keeping the ball off the floor, and got to continue to find ways to score behind the setter. And you know, they're fighting for positions, they're fighting for respect, and they're fighting for Kentucky across their jersey. And so I do like where that is. And first 2/3 of the first set was pretty ugly, but it got better after that.
Go Cats!
It's just really cool how they support us each game, and even since this was a scrimmage and we're playing ourselves, it's really cool how many people we got out here and just how we can inspire the little ones that one day they'll be in our shoes.
The Cats officially take the floor against Ohio State next Saturday for a free-to-attend exhibition match at 5 p.m. here in historic Memorial Coliseum. And the Saturday after that, the regular season begins in Nashville against Lipscomb. For now, in HMC, for BBN Tonight, I'm Hannah Himmelbeck.
Thanks, Hannah. Certainly a lot to like on this schedule. You heard her bring up the next couple of chances you have to see the Cats, obviously Ohio State, Lipscomb, but right after that, how about that Nebraska, that Penn State looming large on the schedule, Keith? I can't wait to see all of this unfold this season.
Can't wait to see this team that he has put together, some of it through the portal. Yes. And that's what's going to be a lot of fun for this one. You can get tickets. They're on sale now for SEC tournament, right? Go to ukathletics.com/tickets. Also, just for the season as well. Yes. Kentucky women's soccer, first fall program to get going on campus, and it's been a fantastic start. We'll talk about their big weekend after the break.
Martin, how long you been with Farm Bureau?
Man, it was all the way back in the 1900s, 89 maybe.
Whew, 96 for me. How about you, Nick?
2010-ish.
Classic Nick, always late to the party.
Looks like that strike is right on time.
Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
When it comes to legal matters, the caliber of your legal representation is paramount. With over 19,000 attorneys in Kentucky, just 14 are board certified in civil trial law by the National Board of Trial Advocacy. Golden Law Office is honored to have 3 of those attorneys in our firm. This distinction has been recognized in a U.S. Supreme Court decision and is accredited by the American Bar Association. We do Kentucky law right.
As a legal journalist, every time I step into the Supreme Court, I am always in awe. In today's society, the law affects everyone. And that's why it's very important for people to be informed, especially when it comes to the law. I see it as a great responsibility to be able to parse out all of the information that may be wrong and bring the facts.
Joy Burnett, Scripps News.
For live reports, breaking news, and headlines from across the country, stream Scripps News.
Watch live TV for free. Meet Tablo. Access over 90 free channels, including popular shows, news, and live sports. Plus, you can record, pause, and replay. Always 0 monthly fees or contracts. Order a Tablo Total System at TabloTV.com or these popular retailers.
Ion is on with 3 networks to enjoy.
Yeah, it's on.
Yes, showtime.
You're gonna want to see this.
It's on. Ion, Ion Plus, and Ion Mystery.
Wow!
It's on. Mondays.
First you moved in, you banned cigar smoke and kitchen nudity.
Oscar Madison.
Just doing my daily yoga.
Felix Unger.
You're not exactly a guy's guy.
Why? Because I use coasters? I'm an accomplished photographer. Perfect, let's start shooting. And I can make a pair of tap shoes talk. What do you say, boys?
Together, they're the odd couple.
Here, hold that.
Oscar, is that coffee? I just cleaned the rug.
Better not move.
The Odd Couple. Mondays starting 7/6 Central on Laugh More.
Turn to experts on LEX 18, from medical services to home improvement professionals and everything in between. Presented by Don Franklin Family of Dealerships, Peterson Law Office, Envision Remodeling, and Rewind Hair Loss Clinic.
From your official UK station for Big Blue Nation, this is BBN Tonight, presented by UK Healthcare.
Welcome back to BBN Tonight. Kentucky women's soccer celebrated an early senior day over the weekend, and it was the seniors who set the tone.
That's right. Thalia, Maurice, Sky Leach, and Catherine Rapp, 3 seniors, 3 goals, plus 2 more assists to push the Cats to victory. West Georgia was in town. They didn't register a single shot all game long. This entire match controlled by the Wildcats. In the 30th minute, here comes Alexis Tylinda, her 2nd goal of the game, 3rd of the season. Cats go up 5-0 here. Pretty impressive early on, but then in the second half, keep it rolling. Gianna Tezzolino scores her 1st of the season, probably not the last, as the Wildcats move to 2-0 after a 7-0 win.
I think just keep building on what we've been trying to do offensively. Right now we're not even at like the top level that we can play at. So I just think making sure we're being really precise with what we're doing and consistent, and just keep trying to replicate what we've been doing right now.
Kentucky has 6 more non-conference matches to get prepared for the start of SEC play. Remember, this team is coming off a historic year, unbeaten at home, earned the most wins since 2014, got to host the first round of the NCAA tournament, but they lost some really valuable seniors. So right now, head coach Troy Fabiano says their biggest challenge is building depth.
When we start to sub at times, the level sort of drops. And we're going to need that in the SEC, because we cannot be a team that only plays 12, 13 people. So the biggest thing is, can we get some kids that can eat up some minutes and help us?
The Cats play again Thursday night at 7:30. They'll be hosting Tennessee State.
Coming up next on BBN Tonight, a former Cat setting records on the track. No surprise. She's been doing that. We'll have more on Masai next on BBN Tonight.
Success starts with building. Of course, they've always known that at Central Bank. Character, relationships, a plan. You build those, along with a commitment to give your very best to your team, to your communities, to the people who believe in you, and you end up with something unforgettable. That's what makes this more than just a game, and that's what makes Central Bank more than just a bank.
I'm Scott Collins from Elder Law Guidance. When my grandmother passed, it destroyed our family. There were disagreements about long-term care choices, where the money went, and whether or not even to keep or sell the house. There are so many pitfalls that can put everything your family worked so hard for at risk. I started Elder Law Guidance to protect you, your finances, and your family. Don't wait for a crisis. Call today for free consultation. Elder Law Guidance. We're with you every step of the way.
Mondays.
First you moved in, you banned cigar smoke and kitchen nudity.
Oscar Madison.
Just doing my daily yoga.
Felix Unger.
You're not exactly a guy's guy.
Why? Because I use coasters? I'm an accomplished photographer. Perfect, let's start shooting. And I can make a pair of tap shoes talk. What do you say, boys?
Together, they're the odd couple.
Here, hold that.
Oscar, is that coffee? I just cleaned the rug.
Better not move.
The Odd Couple. Mondays starting 7, 6 Central on Laugh More.
Ion, it's on, wherever you watch.
There are moments when it gets scary.
You hear shooting down there?
And the important thing to do is not panic. Be dynamic.
They're here improving their skills for how to get through Russian minefields.
I love that Scripps News gives me the opportunity to go where the stories are. You meet the most amazing people, everyday individuals whose stories take bravery to tell. These are stories the world should know about.
Jason Bellini, Scripps News.
For live reports, breaking news, and headlines from around the world, stream Scripps News.
No matter how you look at what we do here at LEX 18, it always will come back to people.
We want to figure out how we can help. What are the issues that you're facing?
It means we care. If we're following through on a story, that means we care.
Your favorite Wildcats
favorite show. Everything you want to know about UK sports.
in a way you can't get anywhere else.
This is BBN Tonight. Weeknights at 7:30.
BBN Tonight, sponsored locally by Nissan and UK Healthcare.
These are the cases that captivated the world.
Couldn't keep my life straight.
They were killed by their own children.
That challenged the legal system and ourselves. Court TV Legendary Trials.
From your official UK station for Big Blue Nation, this is BBN Tonight, presented by UK Healthcare.
Don't blink or you're gonna miss her. Former cat Masai Russell setting up here on her way to another record in the 100-meter hurdles. This time it's the Diamond League record. That's professional track's biggest stage, which isn't international competition. Masai going a 12:19 here, just 2/100ths of a second slower than her all-time personal best of 12:17. So she is still hunting down that world record. She's only 5/100ths of a second away from becoming the all-time record holder.
The goal is to be 100% fresh when it comes to world championships. And I mean, like I said, like it's crazy that I'm running 12:1s, like loaded up. So it'll be really exciting to see like what tapering off looks like amongst like these other great women.
Kentucky cross country has its fall schedule coming up. The season kicks off in Knoxville in the SEC preview meet August 29th. It's a short season, just 4 regular season opportunities before the SEC championship on Halloween.
Listen, and every single person on the Kentucky track team watches Masai Russell, watches Sydney McLaughlin-Leroney.
Yes.
They know what's in the cards for them if they keep working hard and competing for the Cats. Big thanks to Tom Leach for joining us, Hannah Hamelback for her volleyball coverage, and to Brent Wanscott, our good graphics guy. We appreciate him and our new look. We hope you guys like it.
We'll see you next time on BBN Tonight. In the meantime, make sure you're following us on all the social medias at BBN Tonight.